Before we begin, I just have to give you guys a heads up about something. First of all, my name is DeWolf, one of the co-hosts of this podcast, and I'm actually editing this week's and maybe future to come episodes of the iTunes Fanboy podcast. But the reason why this took so long to get out in the first place is because, A, I got a little sick, and B, is because this episode is so full of shenanigans and little things that I just had to basically listen to literally every single second to edit everything out that I needed to. My apologies for this coming out so late. I hope you can forgive me for that. So without further ado, let's just get into today's shenanigans.
Back to another episode of the iTunes Fanboy Podcast, TIFP, and in this episode, we've got all sorts of Apple news to cover, and as always, of course, I am your host, Teddy Magger, aka the iTunes Fanboy. We have one of the other hosts, TabbyCat406, aka Tabbypears, aka Tabby, aka whatever you call them, aka Los. And we also have Alpha DeWolf, aka the Random Alpha here.
Hello.
Host. And of course, we have a guest who has never been on this podcast before, who is Emmett Rynne from Tech of Emmett. And this is actually the first non-YouTuber I've had on this podcast.
I mean, I post my own personal videos on YouTube anyway, but it's just like video of the thunderstorm while I was at work, videos I took on vacation or whatever.
Yeah. Alright, well, are you guys ready to get settled into the Apple news now?
Sure.
I'm ready.
Alright, so unfortunately the standard iPhone 15 models are not going to get the always-on display.
I mean, it does seem like a feature that should be limited to the pros because of the 1 hertz display or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Not that the AOD is that useful anyway.
I very much agree with that, especially if you have an Apple Watch.
On the Apple Watch, I love it because my Apple Watch never, 90% of the time, it doesn't come on whenever I put it up to see the time. But on the phone, it's it just doesn't make sense because of how much burn-in you're gonna get over time.
Wait, so it's the what is it called? The always on display. Is that always gonna cause burn-in or something?
It doesn't turn off unless you cover up the dynamic island or unless you're on low power mode. So if you flip it over or you put it in your pocket, but what gets me is overnight. So I have an S22. You guys know that, right? I have that as my secondary phone.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is that a good phone, by the way?
It's nice, but I'm holding it right now. There's a lot of burn-in, not of the AOD or the always-on display, but of the fingerprint scanner icon, because that's always in the same spot on the always-on display.
That's a very peculiar way of burn-in.
Permanently burnt in, and on the
That's
iPhone,
weird.
Yeah.
On the iPhone, I wanted to see if there's any burn-in for my review, and there is very slight burn-in of the always-on display so far. Very, very slight. Unnoticeable unless you're in absolutely 100% pristine conditions, under a blanket at night with the brightness all the way down, But it is.
Well, that's the exact same with the burn-in that's on my iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Yeah. What's burned into the Pro Max?
The TikTok stuff.
Oh.
Keyboard status upstairs. Why did I say upstairs? The status icon,
I mean, you've had it for 11 months now, so it does make sense. What makes less sense is my Apple Watch Series 7. The Series 7. I've had it since December, and there's no burn-in whatsoever, at all. And that's surprising because I have the always-on display turned on, and there is no burn-in, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, neither of my iPhone 11 Pro Maxes have burn-in, which is amazing considering that my gold iPhone 11 Pro Max seems to not be wanting to be my main phone anymore.
Yeah, my XS Max doesn't have burn-in either.
Oh yeah, actually.
Is it just me or did Teddy write it out for you guys?
No.
Nice. It's not me this time. Huh.
My 10s Max has burn-in actually, but it was caused by me. The keyboard and status in the home bar. I did that whenever I was using it. That's just burnt in.
Wait,
Really messed up.
Emmett, what did you mean by what you just said?
And my 10s had image retention issues, but that's not a 10s issue. It's because I had a third-party display.
My 10R when I had retention issues.
Yeah.
You back, Teddy?
Oh, I forgot that I disappeared.
You're crapping out badly, dude.
Wow.
I think he said that he forgot he was doing the podcast.
No, I never said that.
That's what I heard on my end. I heard I forgot I was doing your podcast.
Huh. Well, am I really? Yeah, am I? Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Are you getting Jewish hacked right now or something?
No, I am not getting Jewish hacked. You guys are all safe, and so am I.
Is it just me, or is Teddy like out for you guys?
Oh, he's. Oh, I'm crapping.
His
out for
connection's
both of
kind
us.
of weak. Yeah, his connection's kind of weak at the moment, but
Hey,
if it gets bad enough to the point where it's... I could still hear you a little bit, but you were starting to cut in and out. If it gets to that point, you might have to turn the camera off to help preserve your bandwidth. There, that might help.
This is just like with Google Hangouts,
Yep, almost.
which is
All
shutting
right.
down in November.
what is?
Oh, yeah.
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts makes no sense because we have Google.
Speaking of Google, Pixel 7. Have you guys seen the leaks for Pixel 7?
Oh yes,
Something of it. It's cool.
Yep.
it's got the eye hole on the back.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Google really knows how to be original, don't they?
They actually did with the Pixel 6, though not with the Pixel 7.
Yeah, Pixel 6 was actually an original design. Why do they have... Oh, that's why they went back on that original design. They go back on basically everything they do.
Oh yeah, like Google Hangouts.
The Pixel 1 through 3 design.
Oh yes.
This company has not learned anything.
Yeah, for example, Google Meet doesn't have enough features, so you'll have to use Google Meet in order to get those features. Get it?
Yep.
They own both Waze and Google Maps.
They can't decide what they want to be the standard anymore. They're like, oh, let's own this and have all the features basically the same. We just can't decide.
Oh, remember all of Google's messaging apps?
Allo.
Google Plus.
Y'all remember Allo?
Yeah, I remember a little bit about it. Google
I've
Chat.
never used it. Yep. Google Chat.
Google Hangouts.
RIP. No, maybe not in Peace. Maybe Pieces.
Google
That
Meet.
platform wasn't exactly the best.
The other Google Meet.
Google Duo.
Google Duo.
Well, Duo isn't a messaging service. It's more of like a calling service, if you would.
Yeah, but still count. What else do they have that's more of the same thing? I don't know, honestly. All I know is
I
that
don't remember
Google-
anymore.
All I know is that Google is a mess.
But they're like an old company.
Yeah. Did you know that Google actually has their coworkers ride bikes because they care about the environment and they're not locked to anything, and they're not electronic of every kind. So they apparently lose 250 bikes a week on average.
They're idiots.
Just to save the environment, really, Google? Is that saving
What
the
exactly
environment?
are they going? What exactly do they think they're going to do by making? They can do way more things to save the environment.
Well, I mean, they plan on going carbon neutral by 2030.
Okay, well, they should, start actually doing stuff from their hardware perspective. Like, stop shipping stupid hardware.
Are you talking about Google?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe if they give their phones more updates, then people will be able to use them for longer. Isn't that what every Apple user whines about with Android?
That, and also if Google can make decent phones. I mean, they finally did something okay with the Pixel 6 line, but previous phones, I'm sorry, they were not worth their asking prices.
I liked the Pixel 3. I liked the 1, didn't like the 2 really. Liked the 3 a lot. Didn't like the 4.
A Pixel 3.
I didn't like the 4, didn't like the 5. Liked the 6 Pro. 6 was okay. And, like, the 4A I hated, though. I'll say that. That was one of the worst phones I owned.
What was
That
wrong
phone.
with it?
1, it was slow. 2, the camera was horrible. 3, it was made of plastic. 4, it lacked basic features like NFC. I mean, who ships a phone without NFC in 2020?
Or wireless charging.
Yeah, that was another thing that I was annoyed about, because I'm pretty sure that in the store they had it sitting on a Pixel stand.
That's false advertising.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
so, and the charging was slow. The screen was weak, because it scratched very easily. It didn't crack or anything. It didn't crack, but it scratched really easily.
And Google claims claim that was a smartphone that does all the basics for an affordable price.
No. Yeah,
That's like my $12 Android tablet.
Yeah, I mean, if it was between a Galaxy S7, maybe an S8, and Google Pixel 4a, I would probably go ahead and use the S8 because it has better features. It's probably faster, and
I made
the
an
display's
S8
better.
for a little bit, like a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty decent.
Yeah, and I have an S10 Plus, which is really good too. And I
Wait,
man,
Teddy, what is your main?
my main is my iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Nice.
Actually, I just remembered something about Samsungs now. Have you watched Mr. Who's the Boss's latest video?
No, but I heard John Prosser talking about on his latest FPT episode.
What a thing to be scared about, jeez. Like, you guys might actually want to check your batteries.
Wait, what is it?
So,
Expand.
Aaron Maney from Mr. Who's the Boss, he's got this nice shelf with all sorts of phones, be it special editions or phones that we can buy ourselves. And he's noticed a slight problem with all of his Samsungs. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Their batteries are expanding.
Yeah, I only have one Samsung that has a battery right now, and that's my Note 7.
Did you just say Note 7?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Tabbypears replaced the battery in it.
Been using it for about 2 years now, I think. The old battery I still have, it's like expanding even more than it was back when I got rid of it, or when I took it out of the phone, but I'm pretty sure that thing's been dead for like 5 years, maybe. So.
Oh jeez.
Wait, Tommy, what version is your S22? Is it like a T-Mobile version, or is it factory unlocked?
Mine's T-Mobile, but I can get it unlocked.
Yeah, speaking of which, I should probably check my Samsung.
I'm checking.
Samsung is that?
I'm rating an A series.
Oh, an S7.
Alright, I'm checking all my Samsungs with removable backs. Okay, so let me check my Samsung Reality right here.
Something else that's pretty cool is I ordered some parts for my iPhone 10 today. I ordered a battery, a camera lens, like the glass, a seal, and a screen protector for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
What's wrong with the battery?
85% battery health, and I want it to be 100. And the camera lens glass cracked.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that happened in shipping, but
Is your Samsung's battery fine, Alpha?
Yeah, the S7's okay.
what exactly can you do with an S7?
Huh?
What exactly can you do with an S7 in 2022?
For the most part, I treat it as a backup camera if both of my iPhones cannot be used as one for either a specific shot or whatever.
I mean, I think the camera on the S7 is horrible, but
It's not great, but it works.
I guess it did have OIS when the 6S's, like the regular 6S didn't, and the S7 did. That was good.
Oh. This battery, my Samsung's Reality's battery, I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if I should say it's expanding or not, but
That's usually from when it hasn't been charged in a long time. Expanding in the bad way is when you'll be able to like push down on the battery and it'll feel like there's something missing in there. Like it'll feel like a balloon, but whenever it's like really like rock solid, like hard, then it won't really be that bad. Like whenever the battery's hard, it won't really expand.
yeah. Yeah, I've charged this battery fairly recently, so Alright, let me check my Samsung Intensity 2's battery. Have you guys pointed out how
Oh, this is dead.
Have you guys noticed how Samsung phones, old Samsung phones have this curve on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, how do I remove this Samsung Reality Intensity 2's back? I know I've done this before.
Oh, Tabby. Battery health on the A51 is 98.
Oh,
No one from me to a person I won't name, then from Elias.
I know who it went to, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to say his name because I refuse to associate with him anymore.
Who is he?
It's the guy that had the red 12, right?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Well, I guess we'll never know, will we?
What did you think of the A51 when you had it, Tabby?
I mean, it was alright.
I've been maining it since last Friday when I got it.
I mean, for what it's worth, it's cool. But I had the 13 Pro at the time, so and the S22. And I don't know.
This is my S4's battery, by the way. It's not expanding, but look at it.
Yeah, some dude took the sticker off of it.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I had a battery like that. Of course, everyone I showed it to said, "Bro, your battery's gonna blow up." Yo, bro, your battery's gonna blow up. But
Yeah,
I bet you have a hard time taking that on airline security. Through the TSA thing.
yeah.
Anywho, I think we're a little ways off topic.
Yeah, I'm just checking my Samsung's batteries, and currently I'm checking my dead S2's battery, which is not expanding, so...
Alright, well, what do you have next on the list? We might be able to talk about that in the meantime.
Alright, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is going to be the iPhone 15 Ultra, and it will have more features than the Pro.
Do you think they will add a SIM tray to it?
No.
I doubt it. Once Apple removes something, they typically don't bring it back.
Yeah, the SIM card tray's gone. Samsung's will have it for one more year, then the S24 will get rid of it, and the Pixels are probably going to get rid of it this year or next. And then, OnePlus is probably going to keep it around for 5 or 6 more years. That's just because
Just picturing the ads. I'm just picturing the ads.
For Samsung.
Your iPhone sucks because it doesn't have the SIM tray anymore. We sport the SIM tray, so we're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
What I'm curious about, what happens to the cellular iPad? Like, are we just going to have the SIM tray disappear from the iPads? Because the iPads technically do support eSIM.
I probably wouldn't be that surprised, to be honest.
I don't like this new change to eSIM, but I guess I'll put it this way. If I did have a physical SIM card slot, right now, my SIM card would most likely be in the S22 and not the 14 Pro. At least for the time being.
Wait, doesn't the S22 have an eSIM support?
Yeah, but I don't... Last time I messed with that, oh man. Back in May, I had to deal with that, and pretty much had to go buy a brand new SIM card because eSIM refused to activate, and that was like $30 down the drain.
Why $30?
Just T-Mobile.
T-Mobile didn't charge me to switch to a physical SIM card.
Oh, my store did. Different store to store.
Can't they like ship one to you online or something?
Yeah, they can. At least AT&T can.
I'm sure of it, but...
Wait, Teddy, what do you use for service?
I don't use anything for service.
Okay.
Hey, question. Why do you have a phone if you don't have service?
To take for a camera and to use as an alarm clock and to check the weather.
It's kind of like a glorified iPod, to be honest.
Yeah, I use it like an iPod Touch.
When are you going to get service on that thing so it can become, like, usable?
First of all, my phone is usable without cell service, and secondly, I don't need cell service, so maybe when I start driving, though, I'm not sure. Maybe when I get an actual driver's license, though. For now, I don't need it because I'm always with somebody who has cell service, so I don't consider it necessary for me to have cell service.
Do you take your telephone to, like, your school?
No, I don't take my phone. No, I don't take my phone with me at school because I don't want it to get stolen or anything, though. If I'm really in a dire situation, then the school can just call my parents, or other kids have phones, too. Yeah. And they find it, and the other kids at school find it crazy how I have 25 iPhones. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's more than most.
Yeah. There's
more than my cat
Yeah,
has.
How many does Milo have?
Technically 0, but in 2017 I tried giving him an iPhone 4, and he didn't exactly like it.
My cats have tried. Yeah, my cats have done things on my devices before because their toe beans touchscreens respond to their toe beans.
Yeah.
Toe beans.
Yeah.
I tried putting my dog's paw print in Touch ID right when I got an iPhone with Touch ID.
Really?
Well, see, it worked on my old Persian cat, but not my dog.
You have a Persian?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before Milo.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense that dogs wouldn't work because I've never had a dog successfully touch screen.
Yeah.
Oh well, we've got some more news to talk about, such as that the iPhone 15 Ultra is going to have 2 front cameras. Yep.
Makes sense. If they're gonna embrace the dynamic island, then whenever they can get the Touch ID or Face ID sensors smaller, then
They should have under the screen for Touch ID.
Tabbypears does not like under-screen Touch ID because it does not work properly according to him.
Well, actually, so I have my S22 here. My S21, I had like 2 screen protectors that didn't work on, and my S22, my Zag screen protector that I had when I got it worked, and my current Insignia brand screen protector works, but it has to have some extra pressure put on it.
I should actually
It's
try.
the same with the screen protector that I have in my A51 right now.
Huh?
It's the same with the screen protector that I have in my A51 right now.
What, Insignia?
No, I have to have a little bit of extra pressure on the screen protector I have on the A51 right now.
Yeah.
I'm really loving the under-screen finger scanner. Like, fully.
Yeah. I should actually test that on my Galaxy S10 Plus since I have a phone with an under-display fingerprint sensor now.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I used to have one, but it wasn't all that useful for me, considering that half the time my fingerprints aren't even registerable.
Why?
I have a skin condition called eczema. It's basically where my body doesn't produce enough skin, and the most common places where it doesn't do that are my fingerprints, for example.
Oh, yeah,
So you could commit a crime and your fingerprints would be big deal.
well, I think that's different. Pretty sure that's a different, condition. But, what Samsung Galaxy A series did you have, Alpha?
Oh, I had the A50. In fact, I still got the box to it. My mom's daily driving it now,
Yeah, I
but
had one of those things.
yeah, I thought it was a.
Yours is
It was the. Yeah, it was the 64 gig, but I also put in a 64 gig micro SD card to double the storage essentially.
Yeah,
My
I had one
A50.
for probably like 2 or 3 days before I sold it because I got it from recycling, and I mean it was cool.
Oh, was that Xfinity mobile one that you saw
Yeah.
that was locked?
Yeah, it was just not really a good phone to be honest because of like just the display overall. It was just mediocre and just not great.
I mean, they did make the screen on the A51 better.
Yeah, the A51 is a lot better.
Yeah. I like how it has. What I don't really understand why they decided to get rid of the headphone jack on the Galaxy A series, like the A53. They got rid of the headphone jack on it.
Consistency, so you wouldn't buy an A series over an S series because of a minor thing like that.
Well, I can safely say that I absolutely hate the under-display fingerprint scanner as I'm scanning it. It drives me nuts because it never works properly.
Yeah, I've always had a hard time with fingerprint scanners. Like, for example, iPhone Touch ID, I've never gotten it to work. Like, it doesn't even try registering. I never get it to work.
That seems like not good. It's probably why you.
I'm very surprised my MacBook can actually recognize my fingerprints.
Speaking of the Samsung Galaxy A series, I actually recall seeing this in an Instagram story about Hugh Jeffries tearing one down as when Tabbypears was mentioning the decline of Hugh Jeffries.
I think it's that fault.
Okay.
Do note that Emmett will not be present for the rest of this episode, but don't leave just yet because, oh boy, we have many more shenanigans to go through.
The hell did I just hear?
That would be a phone call from a Samsung phone. I should know this because my grandparents use the exact same ringtone and they have it at max volume. And it hurts my ears!
Oh, jeez.
Why the hell would somebody use that ringtone? Like, I mean,
Because it's the
iconic.
default.
it's very confusing to me. That's something that history will never tell.
Yeah,
I hate that ringtone so much, it hurts my ears.
I've never heard it.
You don't want to, believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, though, I just wanted to bring up how Hugh Jeffries is definitely biased towards Samsung nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. His old videos were good when he used to actually collect stuff, but now he just sits there whining about iPhones having, the screen paired to it when,
That makes perfect sense for optimization.
Here's the thing. If he wants to go and whine about all that stuff, he should realize the pure amount of money it would cost to replace any Samsung screen. S6, the screen is worth like $100. S7, same deal, I think more. Any Samsung phone is way more, to fix the screen it's worth.
And he even said that in a video he made back in 2018 too.
And then, sure, the iPhones might have paired screens. You can still use the screen, it'll just give you a message, and you won't be able to use a stupid feature called True Tone.
Exactly, that drives me so nuts. And
he's the kind of guy to rig together some like absolute garbage rig of a phone. So he would probably, he uses a BlackBerry. He uses a BlackBerry as his main phone. And
Oh gosh.
yeah.
he's a clown, and he says he wants to save the environment, but he uses a BlackBerry over his new phones. Like, he's got like 11s and 12s and whatever else.
Yeah, and it's not just that. Oh my gosh, that's so insane. Even Sam from Sam Time doesn't use a BlackBerry anymore.
Yeah, that guy, I remember when he used to use his iPhone 6. That guy was pretty funny, but then he just kind of fell off, I guess.
Yeah. Luckily,
Well, there was a period where he disappeared for awkward reasons, but there was a period where he had left YouTube because of some awkward reasons, medical issues. But
Yeah, I remember.
he's back now, back into making some of his ridiculous skits.
oh yes, he makes the funny. Even though he makes fun of Apple, at least he can be funny about it.
Yeah.
Does he use like an S9 or an S8 now?
No,
I have no
he has
idea.
an iPhone 12 now.
It's not better.
Yeah, but
What?
yeah, though he makes fun of Apple for the eye hole. He made fun of Apple for the notch. What else is he gonna make fun of next? He made fun of the fact that iPhones don't allow side loading.
Probably how the iPhone won't accept cards in any way. I don't know.
What?
SIM cards,
Oh,
SD cards.
yeah. He actually hasn't done that too much yet, though. To be fair, he lives in Romania, so
Thought he was in Australia.
he moved from Australia to Romania because he was getting married.
Mm.
Because his wife lives in Romania. Yeah. Alright, well, until Emmett comes back, the iPhone 15 Ultra is going to have a periscope lens.
Does it really need it?
I don't know, though. I was actually watching DIY perks about a periscope lens earlier in school today when I had to watch some videos for shop class and my shop class teacher was in a meeting, but he actually mentioned a periscope lens and how much good background noise it could add, or how much good the backgrounds looked.
Yeah.
It was at this time when, well, let's just say we got a little interrupted by something. Perhaps someone who managed to hack their way into our FaceTime call, and then things just got very awkward from there. So we had to take some time to get reconnected and find a way to block this guy out, but oh well, we got things situated. All right, back to the episode.
Hey, so there was this weird kid that answered to who I thought was Emmett rejoining, so
Yeah,
Found that
that's...
Emmett.
Who was he?
probably one of the Jewish hacker's relatives.
What if it is the Jewish hacker?
No, the Jewish hacker is an adult.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got to be an adult because he's very smart. Otherwise... Hang on, I've got to tell Emmett this.
Yeah, that was weird.
So he was an Asian?
Yeah. Alright, let me send a link.
Still, who the heck was that? Yeah, don't know
Yo, Alpha,
who that
you
was.
Asian kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
maybe FaceTime had an issue and he got the wrong call. Maybe that guy was trying to FaceTime someone else and he got into our call.
Don't know.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. We had to create a new call because this...
Dude, after you left, he started putting his nose up to the camera and stuff and sniffing it.
Ew.
Oh, jeez.
Alpha, did you see him sniffing the camera?
I already hung up by then.
Yeah, I just told him that we needed to create... Hopefully...
Are you guys still recording by any chance, or?
Yeah. I'm recording.
Okay.
Alright, do you guys want to talk about the next piece of Apple news?
Alright.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we were talking about before we got interrupted by whatever that was.
Alright, so the iPhone 15 Ultra is going to have a 256 gigabyte base for storage.
Good.
Yep.
Well, it means I won't have to pay extra for a storage upgrade.
Yep. Though the iPhone 15 is getting something that you guys have both been begging for years. And it's called...
What?
Come on, it's been something you got, especially Alpha, has been begging for...
Oh, yes! USBC!
Not on the Pros, though?
No, on the Pro and the Ultra and the regular.
Should be on all of them, actually.
That means it's actually going to be a good upgrade. There's going to be a reason.
Yes. If it actually has USB-C, I might pre-order it on launch day.
Or you know what you should do? Alright, you know what you should do if it doesn't have USB-C? You should do something that you won't like maybe shave your head.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Neither do I really want to either, because I don't exactly
Why don't you
want...
shave your dog's head? You can shave your dog's head.
I also want to do that. They're outdoor dogs.
Yeah.
And it gets cold up here.
Yeah, and besides, I don't really want me or Alpha to become the first kids in our classes to go bald.
Yeah.
I already got gray hair, so I don't need to remove all of it.
Yeah, or you could do something that's techie related, like...
Yeah,
Oh,
my dog
man.
has gray hair. That's because he's 10 years old or something.
Here, if it doesn't come, I'll put my SIM in this thing.
Oh, no, you know what you should do instead? You should live with the iPhone 2G for a week if the iPhone 15 doesn't have USB-C.
Yeah, slight problem. I don't have a 2G.
Buy one then.
I'm not doing that. I'm trying to save for a Tesla.
No, what?
How would he put his SIM card in that thing?
Easy, he wouldn't have cell service.
And what's the point in carrying a phone?
So that way you can take pictures, check the weather, browse social media.
How would he browse social media if he doesn't have cell service? And he's got that internet of his. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can. Last I heard, you can still visit Twitter's website on iOS 1.
I mean, maybe if he goes to like a coffee shop, then he'll be like the ultimate hipster.
Yeah, and besides, Garrett from iOS Pro managed to live with the iPhone 2G for a day on iOS 3.
Well, I am not Garrett, so
Yeah.
I highly doubt I'd be able to do
spend
it.
years looking for old apps that would work on the iPhone 2G.
And another thing too, I depend on my phone for work, so I have to have specific apps in order to
Just tell your
use
boss
it.
that you don't need a phone and that you have to do this because the iPhone 15 doesn't have USB-C.
Yeah, he doesn't like tolerating crap like that.
Oh. Then
Like, he already hates my side job as it is, so
oh, well,
yeah,
then just
that
quit
would not
then.
work well. Then I'd have no job.
You could get another one.
Not really, actually.
I don't think my cat makes that much money, to be honest, but, you know, he doesn't really need to make that much money.
Why would your cat need to make any money?
I don't know, to afford stuff.
But he depends on you to buy him everything, like toys,
Yeah.
food.
That's why I said he doesn't really have the need for a lot of money.
Yeah, and besides, you can just...
That cat doesn't need that much money, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second, Alpha. What could you do for money? You could start a dog walking business.
No,
Or,
sorry.
What else?
I love my job.
Or what else could you do for a living? You could work at McDonald's. We all love McDonald's.
Oh, I'd never. No, I'd never.
I hate
In fact, our McDonald's
too.
sucks.
Like, have either of you guys noticed how they've been putting gray exteriors on their recently remodeled locations?
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't that remind you a little bit of prison?
I mean, the food probably tastes similar to prison food.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that was disappointing about our local McDonald's location was it had a specific interior design with a few murals of general sites around my area. Like the lift bridge, for example. It had a mural, stained glass mural of the lift bridge. And the new location, it's just like corporate McDonald's. It's not special anymore.
Guessing they remodeled it from the red roof design to the gray design.
Yeah, yep. They've
Luckily,
remodeled
mine
it to the
was
gray design.
Were remodeled over 10 years ago, so it actually has the most professional looking design, in my opinion, because it has the light brown exterior, so it looks a lot like an actual restaurant. And the food used to be good there too until about 2014 when they decided not to serve good food anymore, and I stopped going there frequently.
Oh, I've always preferred Subway, so I stopped going there a long time ago.
Yeah, Jordan.
Anywho, we're wildly off topic.
Cheeseburger since 2020. But
Anywho,
let's get back
we are
to
wildly off topic.
the iPhone 15 having a major redesign.
What do they mean by major redesign?
No one knows yet. Maybe it could be like what the iPhone 14 rumors initially suggested, but no one knows for sure yet.
Well, if it does get one, I hope they get rid of these flat sides.
So do I.
Yeah.
Why do they go back to this? It's so uncomfortable to hold.
Maybe because Tim Cook.
Especially compared to this.
Oh my gosh, yes. Did you know TechRax managed to actually chop off the camera lens and the camera still worked mostly fine?
Yeah, he also put in a blender and it still worked.
14.
What?
But the camera lens
Oh,
itself didn't
and he
break.
tested the 14 Pro's car crash detection, and it worked, but the car that he tested it with also mostly worked fine afterwards, too.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, he tested
Yeah,
car
why did I
crash
have a feeling that everyone would now start getting into car crashes to test this out?
Luke Miani tried that now, too.
I'm surprised the results of all of his tests.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever test out car crash detection. I don't know why Luke Miani even felt he had to do that. Because he's not
Well, at least he was
TechRax.
doing it in a mostly safe manner, but
So is TechRax.
yeah. They were doing it in mostly a safe manner.
Though,
Like,
why would
what's the
Luke
most
Miani
extreme
try
that...
when TechRax already tried it. And besides, Luke Miani is not known for destroying tech. He's known for restoring it. He's supposed to restore it. TechRax destroys it, and then Luke Miani fixes it.
Yeah, well, he is also known for putting devices to their potential, testing them to their potential. And, well, car crash detection is the new feature, so they're going... I expected he's going to be one of those people who will find a way to test it some way or another.
What other YouTubers do you think are going to bother testing it?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe Everything Apple Pro if he decides to upload his YouTube video to
You know,
YouTube.
he probably would.
Sam Call or whatever. I think he probably will.
He was actually on site of Luke Miani's crash detection video.
Yeah, he did a scratch test on the Apple Watch Ultra.
Oh yeah, it succeeded.
Yeah.
That will be why I am going to buy an Apple Watch Ultra next spring after I save up for my iPhone 14 Pro. And then I'll finally be able to buy stuff for my collection again.
Start with an Apple Watch Ultra.
Which means that I have a lot of devices I want to buy for my collection right now that I can't, like... An 06 MacBook Pro is what I'm looking is one I'm eyeing. One of those old, newer plastic Unibuy MacBooks. Oh, I already have a black MacBook. That was one that I was looking for a bit. Oh, a PowerBook G4 Titanium, a PowerBook G4 Aluminum, the iBook G3 Snow, and the iBook G4, and maybe even a PowerBook G3, and potentially even some of the early PowerBooks too.
How about the original iMac?
I've actually looked into that a lot, and they just cost so much. Like, they're like iPhone 2Gs.
I know.
But you want to know another?
It's too much room.
Yeah, I would have to buy one locally, and I'm afraid I won't be able to. And I'm afraid there aren't too many going for sale anymore.
Yeah.
So, I can't afford that anyways, and... do you want to know an Apple product that's surprisingly priced like an iPhone 2G?
What?
The original Mac Mini.
What?
Yeah, the first Mac Mini is priced like an iPhone 2G because it's a PowerPC Mac.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. By the way, PowerPC Macs are absurdly overpriced.
Yeah.
But
I have an eMac that I got for $15.
yeah, I actually looked into an eMac, and they're not bad, though they just cost a lot to ship.
Any CRT will.
Yeah, and let's stop talking about that, and let's start talking about the good news about Stage Manager, which is that it is going to be coming to the 2018-2020 iPad Pros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
However,
surprised they
there will be no
caved.
external monitor support. There will be no external monitor support on the new iPads getting.
Yo, fire truck alert, fire truck alert.
Tabbypears likes emergency vehicles.
Mm.
Nah,
Yeah, in terms of the external monitor support, lack of that, I personally don't think it needs it. It's a tablet. It's touchscreen first. What monitors have touchscreens?
I also think that it's betrayal of Steve Jobs' original goal of the iPad.
Hey, there he is.
I actually just added him in
Oh,
to see if he'd come.
yeah.
Boy, my MacBook's battery does not like doing a podcast. It was at in the 70s when I started, and now it's at 33%.
Oh, you definitely need to get one of these.
I
Love my 16-inch.
Unfortunately, I have other things I need to set up for first. My big saving up plan is first a new iPhone, then a new Apple Watch, then a 2020, then a new MacBook Pro, and then a Tesla, and then a house, and then my own tech company, and then children.
Well, first, actually, before children, a ring.
Oh yeah, you have to get a wedding ring first.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to get. Yeah. Though I've seen wedding rings go.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that I convinced you to start saving for a Tesla.
Well, I haven't started yet. Though.
But you at least have it in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna get all your money for 14 Pro? Like, do you make like money like every week or something?
Yeah, I make about $300 a month for doing the litter in my house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course when I told everybody that at school, or when I mentioned that in my classes, everybody looked at me and it got their attention, of course.
That just reminds me, I should be getting paid from the church soon.
What are you doing for them?
The church?
Alpha helps them live stream. He's like, what do you do actually at church? Are you like a second minister
Well,
or something?
I was the one who originally pitched the idea of live streaming at the church, but I don't manage that anymore. What I do at the church now is I play the organ for Saturday masses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Alpha does. Yeah, Alpha. In case you guys didn't know that, Alpha's actually a musician.
Yep, that's why when I mention I'm an audiophile, I mean it. I'm an audiophile for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm an AV, like home theater audiophile. But I mean, I don't really get into headphones that much anymore.
Yeah, I always wish I had. After my family's vacation house in a region that I'm not really gonna say because it's not too far from where I live.
You're cutting in and out again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he geeked out.
All right, I geeked out, but in my family's vacation house in a certain region that's too close to where I live, so I can't say where it is. Wait, that house there had a home theater, and I remember like loving it so much that I wanted one.
I'm surprised.
That I thought about one in my own house.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I'm surprised it's not me who's having internet issues this time.
It's me.
Yeah, he sounds like a mumble rapper right now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Let me see. Do I have an update on my new headphones coming?
What pair did you buy?
AirPods Max.
Oh, really?
I finally bought them.
He originally wanted
I've
them for
never
Christmas
spent this
last
much
year,
money.
though. He didn't get those for some reason.
I actually stopped using my.
I've had other obligations. Yeah, how much did you pay for your AirPods Max? Did you get them from Apple directly or from somewhere else?
I got them from Best Buy. They were open box, but they're not counterfeit or anything. But I actually had an issue where they stopped pairing, and I got them replaced by Apple. So they're pretty much brand new now, and it was like $400, I think, or $450 maybe.
Wow, that's not bad.
That was about 6 months after they came out.
Yeah, that's really not that bad.
My mom got her AirPods Max for about $360, $370, somewhere in that range. She bought them on eBay.
Nice. Where'd you buy yours?
I got mine off of Amazon for $430.
Nice.
Though I've also added on the headphone jack to lightning cable, which, yeah, I got the cable right here, actually. So add another $35 onto that. And then proper case. Huh?
Yeah, I bought one of the Amazon brand cases, and it's held up since April, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh my goodness.
the AirPods Max bra is very stupid.
I'm actually now looking at them at another way, and oh boy, it's going to be embarrassing when I have to talk about it during my review of them.
Because, of course, it's always embarrassing to talk about that.
Seriously though, that case is so poorly designed. Like, how did they, Apple, the company that is known for design, how in the world did they design this abomination?
I don't know. But speaking of no,
They should be embarrassed for it.
Speaking of no, there will be no October Apple event.
Oh, wow.
Yep. By the way, Emmett isn't going to be able to join back in, apparently, so...
Alright.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so... Yeah, maybe I'll try to get him in for the last subject, though, but... Yeah, there will be no October Apple event. And... in case you were getting excited about the new Mac Pro or the new Apple's mixed reality headset coming out in October, incorrect. Sorry, that's not happening. Which, to be honest, would that kind of stuff would have an event.
So when is the new MacBook Pro coming out?
It'll be coming out in October through press releases, alongside.
Yeah, I would expect them. I'd expect if the MacBook Pros are only getting like the M2 chip and such, I mean, they don't really need to talk about them on stage. They just got the redesign, unless, well, they did another redesign, though I highly doubt it.
Again, they are rumored to bring the Touch Bar back.
Is that actually a rumor?
That is, and it would make sense since the 13-inch 2022 MacBook Pro has it.
If that MacBook actually comes out with a Touch Bar, I am selling this one and buying that Touch Bar one.
Maybe I'll buy it from you if I had the money.
Yeah, I have to say, if you have the money for it.
Or no, wait, maybe I could exchange my. Or hey, we could trade. I could get your 2021. You could get my 2019 and have the Touch Bar.
But I'd be getting the new one that comes out with the Touch Bar if it came out.
But I don't have enough money to buy your MacBook Pro.
Well, I need to make some money in order to get that other MacBook first.
That's true. All right.
Yeah.
Well, remember
Apple, why did you have to ditch the Touch Bar? It was so good.
Apparently, they're thinking that too.
I hope they bring it back.
And so do I. I remember hearing the rumors for the first time that Apple ditched the Touch Bar, and I'm like, what? Though I was also like that when there were rumors of Apple discontinuing the MacBook Air a couple years ago.
Yeah, and these function keys here that they have, they're so useless. I only touched 5 of the 12 keys they have. They're so useless.
So, that kid is trying to hack into his FaceTime call again.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, he's gone.
He's gone. We're good. Alright, and the Apple so Apple Music is going to be sponsoring the Super Bowl 2023 halftime show.
Good. Apple Music is better than Spotify.
And plus, they actually don't get people obese in like Pepsi.
They don't what now? Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and originally Taylor Swift was going to perform, though now Rihanna is the artist performing.
Another hip hop R&B
Yeah.
person.
At least she's a lot more popular than whoever was performing at last year's Super Bowl halftime disaster.
I think it was Snoop Dogg or whatever. Snoop Doggy. And
Dr. Dre.
yeah. I don't think that he's actually a doctor though, because I think if you had a doctor's degree, you wouldn't be a rapper.
And you probably wouldn't have been involved in numerous drug scandals.
Yes, I would rather call him Mr. Dre or Mr. Convicted Felon.
I'm actually curious where his stage name Dr. Dre came from, or if he just called himself that.
Maybe he started injecting himself with syringes, and then he said, "I'm a doctor."
Oh well, this is some pretty controversial stuff, so let's start talking about some more controversial stuff that's related to Apple, which is the AirPods Pro 2 issues.
Oh yeah.
I'm having some of those.
Alright.
Same here.
Tabbypears, can you explain the issues?
Every time I try to listen to audio, like music, in a car, specifically a car, not whenever I'm moving, it goes, and the audio balancing, it goes left to right, over and over. It's so weird. I do not know how this keeps happening, but I think it's got something to do with, the stupid audio processing and all. I just wish I could use them like Bluetooth headphones. The only reason I like these more than the AirPods 2, the original AirPods 2, is because the case has a speaker in it.
Exactly. No.
Oh no. Jeez.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, shut up!
It's that evil guy.
Who?
The evil guy who keeps wanting to end this podcast.
Silent. Silent.
Ah,
There. Stay silent. Don't ring.
yeah. Yeah, when I was trying to call the Great Gamer for the podcast, and we were sure he had the right email, I kept getting the wrong person. Though that was a genuine person.
I'm pretty sure that guy doesn't like me, and I'm pretty sure he would probably get mad.
Yeah, at least he tolerates me.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all the
Anywho,
trouble he's gone through.
He tried to leak my info on a live stream one time.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
Yeah. Alright, so
Anywho, AirPods Pro 2 things we were still talking about.
the other issues that I wanted to talk about is how come whenever you're in a loud environment, they crackle. Now, Tabbypears and Alpha, do you want to explain your scenarios on that? Since I don't have any AirPods Pro 2.
It's mostly whenever I'm adjusting them, and I put my, I touch the, little vent, it just makes the noise cancellation cuts out, and it just cuts out for a few minutes, or a few seconds, and it's just stupid.
That's even worse than Alpha's issue, and as Tabbypears mentioned in our group chat, the text when he was in a sports bar, the noise level went up to 95 dB, and his audio started crackling really bad, and of course everything got out of sync.
Yeah, and I can only imagine if you're in something like an airplane, that happening, man, I would take the things and I would bend them. I would bend the lid off of it, and then I would throw the AirPods in the plane's toilet and flush it.
Hey, I'm actually curious, what were you doing in a sports bar if you're only 15?
Oh, my dad was watching the Ravens game, and you don't have to be it's not really a bar. It just has like wings and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of those places before.
Yeah, same here.
Like I'm pretty sure you guys probably have like Buffalo Wild Wings. It's pretty much like that.
Yeah, I went to BW3 once, as it's also called, back on January 1st, 2019. It was good though. I never went back there.
Yeah.
Unlike a certain.
I haven't been to one, but we have one not too far from here. Anywho,
Hey, you don't have
yeah,
to drive 2 hours to someplace, unlike your closest Starbucks.
yeah, just 30 minutes is all.
Yeah. Alright, so Alpha, do you want to explain your issues with AirPods Pro 2?
Yeah, so I'm really disappointed because my last pair of AirPods Pro, which were the original ones, were broken. So I was really looking forward to getting these. And it drives me nuts how every single time I go to my job, and my job requires me being in a generally loud environment. Now, most of the time, noise cancellation, it works. It cancels out the HVAC, it cancels out the machines, it cancels out the hums that all the mills and the drills make, unless there's chatter going on, which no noise canceling of any kind can figure out how to cancel that out. But for the most part, it's got the usual stuff down. The problem is when I pick up the air gun to blow chips or coolant off of my parts. Whenever I pick up the air gun and blast it, it crackles like crazy. And I don't understand why it's doing it. I'm first of all, I'm blowing away from me.
Yeah, I think I have an explanation. Apple introduced that new what is it called? It's like smart noise cancellation pretty much. And it tries to cancel out things better by taking, it probably thinks that whenever you're blowing the air compressor, or what is it again?
Air gun.
It's an air gun.
Yeah. It probably thinks that's, closer to like a siren, and since the AirPods try to leave the sirens kind of untouched in a way, that you can hear when you can hear like ambient noises that are alert, it probably thinks that's like a siren or something. So it could definitely be hardware, but it could also definitely be software.
I'm hoping it's software's case, because my theory was also that adaptive transparency and thing that they were talking about, like it can cancel out a jackhammer when you have transparency on, I think something's broken in the algorithm, and I've actually looked at other reviews. I'm not the only ones who had this issue. Well, it didn't crackle per se, but it's not canceling out or bringing in those... It's not like canceling out a jackhammer, for example, in transparency mode. That's basically what I'm hearing. Which kind of sucks, because these things were advertised to do that sort of stuff. And for others, it's the feature's either flat out not working, or for me, it's trying to work, but it's this nasty crackling sound.
Yeah, that's worse than ANC and transparency shutting off on your AirPods Pro 1 every few months.
Yeah, so
experience with it is I wish you could disable that stupid adaptive whatever it is feature, because it's straight up annoying, because you have them, and then whenever the audio starts going left to right, and then the highs are very, very high, then they go down really low, and it's just super annoying. It's like you notice whenever something's missing or when something's like different, and it puts you off, and I hate it. It's made me actually consider going back to AirPods 2.
Yeah, it's drive. I mean, I'm not too sure from what your issue is. I don't know if it's adaptive EQ or another thing that I've experienced that's kind of given me issues similar to what you're describing is the spatial audio thing. I've never really liked it.
I hate spatial audio. Absolutely hate it.
Oh my!
I hate it too.
AirPods
Yeah.
It's the worst feature ever. I turned that off immediately.
It doesn't work with earbuds. It does not work with earbuds. No matter how much Apple tries to say it does. It does not work with earbuds.
I hate to say it, but it's just as bad or worse on AirPods Max. Especially for someone like me that has a 5.1 surround sound setup. It sounds like if I took my main speaker, cross-fitted the wires, and then unplugged a bunch of stuff, and messed around with the receiver. It's like I gave my receiver remote to a 2-year-old and said, do whatever. It just sounds so bad. All, the EQ, horrible. It's like they took the EQ, took the flat setting, and toned it down. So it's like ultra flat, but not like good. It just sounds terrible. It sounds the opposite of, the highs are gone, the lows are gone, the mids are gone. It's such a washed out noise. It's just so bad. It's just painful to hear.
Yeah. Whenever I start editing with AirPods Max, whenever they come, spatial audio is never being turned on.
Good. Especially for, editing with spatial audio. I can only imagine how bad that would sound.
Yeah. Especially to an
sucks.
audiophile who says that you're not supposed to be editing audio with AirPods.
Yeah, I've tried doing it before just because, well, why not? But yeah, still. Despite that, crap, where are they? Oh, they're still in that pocket. These are my current speakers I'm using to edit all of my audio.
What are those things? Apple earbuds?
They are $20 earpods.
Yeah.
Just because they have a wire.
My friend, he's a rapper, and he could not use AirPods Max at all because of the audio delay. It is very, minor to, non-audiophiles and non-audio editors. But
Yeah.
when somebody's noticing, when somebody uses headphone jacks and then goes to Bluetooth, it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah, that's why I bought this cable.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the audio editor election, you're winning so far, Alpha. Even on Twitter, you're winning 3-0, and on YouTube, on my community tab, you're winning 57-43.
This episode is going to be fun to edit.
You're gonna have to edit out a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, don't worry though.
Alright, and
Yep.
now let's talk about a scam going around called other than the driver stepping out to try to hit your car to sue you thing. Let's talk about
Yeah,
scam
that was
called the
annoying.
Vote For Me scam, where people send you a DM on somewhere or an email asking you to vote for them in some service where you have to pay for it or something. It's just a complete scam from India. Probably the Jewish hacker's whole family is in on it.
I am so confused.
So, what happens is that you'll get messages from these people asking you to vote for them in some sort of weird election for something. And however, when you get through it, there's some sort of paywall, or they ask you for too much personal information like your social security number or something.
Why would you give a social security number?
Because some people are dumb enough to do it.
Yeah, that's if those people are, to my surprise though, if those people are really dumb enough to do it, how would they even remember their number in the first place? I don't even remember mine.
I don't know mine either.
I've been told mine like a gazillion times already, but I don't even remember it. I never do.
I've never been told mine before.
Yeah, try to keep it that way as long as possible.
I will. On some bigger news now, YouTube is now monetizing YouTube Shorts.
They haven't done that already?
Yeah. When I was doing my why YouTubers ask for you to like, comment, and subscribe video, Tabbypears actually commented that YouTube Shorts don't count as monetization or watch hours. That's changed.
Hmm.
Yep.
Did not know about that.
Unfortunately, none of us qualify because I only have 500 and... How many subscribers do I actually have on YouTube? Let me check that.
Like 520 plus or something? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's way higher than my sub count.
531.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks for that, by the way.
I figured out why I wasn't getting subscribers.
Why?
YouTube only recommends your content if you have an upload schedule. So now I'm uploading on Fridays.
Yeah, Tabbypears also does some extra videos, like his video yesterday about the 2018 Palm phone and why it failed.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that phone was stupid.
It's a cool phone. You know, I don't know why people would buy it as like the main phone, but you know.
Especially because it's as old as
Yeah, I
the
was...
forbidden iPhone.
I was so confused by the concept of that.
Yeah, like, it's designed to be for minimalists, but it runs
Did you guys
Android.
know about the Palm phone when it came out, or when did you guys figure out that this was a thing? Because
I figured out
to make it.
I figured out that it was a thing actually not long after it came out.
I figured out that it was.
I found out from Mr. Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I figured out before it even came out. I followed that, and then they were trying to make it where they wanted to make it so that everybody knew the phone, but they failed because neither of you guys really knew about it until it was pretty much failed.
Or I actually knew about before as it came out, though. We still like to, though it's still a laughable joke, though. Not nearly as funny as the light phone.
What now?
The light phone. Another phone designed for minimalists. Just go on thelightphone.com to find out.
You should try the No phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should try the No phone, or even better, the No phone Air.
The No phone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to look that up. A fake...
There's such a thing as the No phone, and even funnier, there's such a thing as the No phone Air.
No phone original. Let's check.
Hey,
1,200 euros? Or no,
You should buy one and use it for a week as
No.
your 1,000th.
12 euros? Are you crazy?
How much does the No phone Air cost? I've got to look that up, actually.
Okay.
Oh, right. The internet sucks. Forget it. Oh, Google's loading to my surprise.
No phone.
No phone Air.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
It's not. It doesn't cost.
My Apple Watch has actually gotten quite a couple scratches in the past week, mostly because it fell off of my wrist twice. The band came loose. One of the times it fell straight onto a floor of a church and it slid flat.
The no.
$5.
Yeah, the no phone. That's why. Why would anybody buy the no phone?
It's a joke. That's why.
Elias might buy it whenever he's tired of his 11 Pro Max.
Do you think I should send him a buy link to one?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I'd be more interested in sending him the No phone Air, to be honest. Do you even know what the No Phone Air is?
Yes. Alright, let's go.
Whose brilliant idea was that? Oh, jeez.
The nophone.com.
All right. Anywho,
Wikipedia
this
has
is getting
the
late,
phone-
so
Has the new sound feature, by the way.
what?
Here is a phone. Oh, that you should look into buying. I had to send him a Shopify link, but yeah, Wikipedia now has an audio. It has sounds of the world feature where you can now listen to Wikipedia articles.
Hmm.
All right, well,
Good for someone that's not me, because I don't use Wikipedia.
I use it.
Too. I haven't used it in years.
Did you know that my dad, who used to be a college professor, he's actually had people fail his class before because they used Wikipedia to get their information.
I know many other classmates that have tried to use it and failed because of it.
Oh yes, he even had a few students write about this fake Middle Eastern war that happened in the 17th century. That was a very detailed article of a fake war. That won a war that got featured on Wikipedia's homepage because of how detailed it was.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was going on a few years. Well, YouTube has there's another YouTube copyright PDF scam where you get a spam email saying that it is that you've just received a copyright strike on your latest video, and so you must open this PDF to help resolve it now. And of course, you know what the PDF is.
Yep. The file format that Windows absolutely hates all of a sudden.
Yep.
Which one?
Windows
PDF.
There was a car that was just driving by very quickly outside my window, speaking of bad drivers, as we were discussing earlier.
Well, that's gonna end up getting some cats killed, I bet. People are gonna drive past and then end up hitting it.
Yeah, because it's completely dark out where I live right now.
Same here. Pitch black.
Yeah. Alright, well... So, do you guys think that the Pixel Watch has unbelievably thick bezels for 2022?
They should be embarrassed for how thick they are.
Your boy agrees.
Google, you had one job to do. You just had one job to do. And you can't even do it.
And it was almost bezel-less. And oh yeah, Google even stole a shot for the Pixel Watch that Front Page Tech made a year ago. So now it's time for Google to get sued by John Prosser and I'm assuming Ian Zelbo.
Ian Zelbo.
Yeah.
Ian Zelbo doesn't like me. He blocked me on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, he had a problem with what I had to say about one of his friends who is not that good of a person.
Phil Schiller is apparently really famous for blocking people on Twitter. Has he blocked you?
No.
Has Hugh Jeffries blocked you on Twitter?
Well, he did previously, but then he unblocked me.
Yeah, remember back when Hugh Jeffries...
I was actually the person who made him quit Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, because, I mean, Hugh Jeffries is famous for blocking people as The first tweet I saw from Nick Randall from Device Collector 71 was actually about him him getting blocked by Hugh Jeffries, because Hugh Jeffries is famous for blocking everybody on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, well, now, speaking of the Pixel Watch, there was a Pixel Watch found in the box at Target. It's like they're trying to generate hype for it, like with the leaving it in the restaurant. That totally is not a replication of the iPhone 4 story.
Google, stop. Just stop.
What?
Does the Pixel Watch work on iOS?
I don't know. I'm assuming it will because Google has so many apps on the iOS App Store.
If it does, I might use for a few months next year, because I'm not going to be upgrading my Apple Watch. It would actually be really cool. It looks like a solid watch. Smart watch wise.
Just with some thick bezels.
I mean, it's an OLED.
Yeah.
I just hope it's actual glass and not
plastic.
Yeah, that would make it a lot worse.
Alright, well, do you guys want to try to add Emmett in back one more time? Because I'm going to ask him how he got interested in technology.
Tyrone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, add Emmett Tyrone back in real quick.
Okay, he's not responding.
Spam him.
There we go. I'll try it through one more time, and then after that we'll just call it quits on trying to get Emmett back in.
Alright.
Yep, he didn't join.
Yeah.
Oh well. We've got... Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
There is one thing.
Oh, what is
You
it?
guys, look up the OtterBox Symmetry 14 series case for the iPhone 14s, and tell me what you guys think of it. Because, to be completely honest, I think it is very bad. The new symmetry for the iPhone 14s. They pretty much took it, and they made it look stupid. They made it so, like...
You send me a link?
Just Google it. It also doesn't have...
Could you send a link?
Yeah.
Find the link.
OtterBox.
Yeah, they even changed their logo. Their iconic logo of an otter. It's not there anymore.
It hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
But it's just bad. Like, they took what made the symmetry look cool, and they just made it look terrible.
Yep, this is the official decline of OtterBox. In a few years, we'll all be getting nostalgic for them, like how we do with BlackBerry and Windows 7.
The symmetry was really nice. Like, I have one on my 13 mini, and it was super nice. It is.
Yeah, and their old iPhone 4 and 5 cases were really nice, too.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are going to have to send me one because I can't find a proper image, actually.
Alright, I got you, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting, like, various other OtterBox cases. I'm not seeing anything specific.
I actually went and bought a spec case because of how weird that new OtterBox case looks.
Spec is I actually do not like spec cases at all because my dad had a spec case on his iPhone 6 Plus, and the pieces of it, the lines started falling off of it so much that he had to throw away the case, and hence he obliterated his iPhone 6 Plus when he dropped it. And then the charging port broke on it, as what happens with every one of his phones.
Yeah, that happens pretty often to these spec cases, but for $20 it's not bad, I guess.
Yeah, my dad actually wants to upgrade his phone for the next year because he thinks that Samsungs take better photos than iPhones, though he's still gonna get an iPhone because he wants better
This is
distance
OtterBox?
photos. Yeah, it's OtterBox.
Wow. This looks so generic.
Just looks like garbage, honestly. And look at the non-clear ones. The camera cutout just looks weird. It looks like an Android.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they had to do this. You know what I'm saying?
But do we understand?
Yeah, it looks like they gave up like everyone else has given up in terms of design.
Like Samsung.
This reminds me
Windows.
Yeah, this reminds me way more of an Apple case.
Oh my gosh, it so
Reminds me of, a
does.
Walmart case.
Yeah, and even my Walmart case for my iPhone 11 Pro Max looks far more unique than that, whatever that was.
Yeah. I don't know, it just looks weird. It just does not look, it doesn't look finished. It looks average, basic, generic, not sporty.
Definitely not OtterBox.
Yeah, it's like with Hollywood, how they managed to downfall by not really creating any new movies or TV shows anymore that are original.
Just stop trying. That's evidently the new way of designing things. Don't try anymore. Just copy off of something else that was successful.
Yeah. Even I don't study for my tests, and yeah, I still just get the answers from my head. I don't bother copying off of somebody else.
Same here.
Yeah.
Originality is important.
Yeah, speaking of not studying, when we had to study, when my social studies teacher told everybody to study for a quarterly exam, I even said, but I don't study and I do just fine, and he said that you should study, but then he mentioned how my own teacher didn't study for any of his tests and yet he still did well. Oh, and by the way, he said no one would finish in the first day of the testing, and yeah, I finished with a 95%. So, just goes to show you don't have to try always, but you have to be original.
Yep.
Alright, are you guys ready?
Originality matters.
Are you guys ready to wrap it up now?
Yeah, I'm tired.
So am I, and besides that, I have to go
So-
pee. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of the iTunes Fanboy Podcast, or TIFP. TIFP! And next week, hopefully, we will have Apple Gecko on, or the next episode. We might not be able to do one next week, but we're not sure about that yet, though. As always, I am your number one host, Teddy Maggart. Tabbypears is your number 2 host, and Alpha is your number 3 host, and potentially a new editor. Let's check that poll on YouTube for one more time, just to see if Alpha is still winning or if I'm finally winning. Nope, you're still winning, Alpha. Alright, well,
Looks like I'm gonna have some fun.
Alright, so, as always, thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye!
Bye-bye.